All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to explore one of the most powerful, and I mean really powerful concepts in human history. It's this idea that shows up across all sorts of ancient philosophies and spiritual traditions: the Word. We're going to see how this single idea can totally reshape how we understand reality, creation, and even who we think we are.
But first, let me start by asking you a question, a really personal one. Who are you? I mean, really. You might say your name, or what you do for a living, or who you're related to. But are those labels the real you? Or are they just pointers to something way deeper, something more fundamental? That's the big question we're going to unpack together.
So, to get to the bottom of this, let's start with a simple little thought experiment. It's a great way to separate who we are from the labels that we use every day.
Okay, picture this. A child is born, totally brand new to the world. At that exact moment, right before any papers are signed, before any announcements are made, what is that child's name?
The thing is, he doesn't have one. The child's name is simply that he is. He exists. That pure, unlabeled state of being, let's call it his is-ness. It's his fundamental reality before we slap any other concepts onto it.
And this just flips the whole idea of a name on its head. The source material puts it perfectly. This is-ness is his true name. His very existence is his identity. It's not a hurt somebody gave him. It's the simple, undeniable fact that he is. But of course, we can't go around calling everyone is-ness. That get confusing fast. So for practical reasons, for utility, we give the child a name. John, Maria, you name it. But over time, something subtle happens. He starts to forget that original state of just being. And he starts to believe that he is that name, that he is that label.
Now, this idea that a word can be so incredibly powerful, it isn't just a modern thought experiment. It's actually an ancient foundation for how some cultures viewed reality itself. In these traditions, words don't just describe reality, they literally create it.
In ancient Hebrew, for example, there's this amazing word for this concept, Davar. Now, Davar doesn't just mean word in the way we usually think of it. No, it's way more profound. It's a word that is, at the same time, a thing, an action, and a force that brings reality into being.
So think about that. Davar isn't just speech. It's also a physical thing, an actual event that's happening, and a deliberate action. In this worldview, when a word is spoken, it isn't just some abstract sound. It has substance. It's a tangible, creative force. And here's the perfect illustration of that in action. In the book of Genesis, God doesn't build the universe with his hands, right? He speaks it into existence. The act of saying, "Let there be light," is the act of creation. The Davar, the word, is the light itself. So cool.
And this power isn't just limited to creating the universe. The very foundation of moral and cosmic order, what we call the Ten Commandments, are known in Hebrew as the 10 words, or Ten Davarim. They aren't just suggestions. They're seen as foundational, reality-shaping statements that give structure to human existence.
Okay, so we've seen the word as this huge, external, world-creating force. But what about an internal one? Let's pivot now to a different tradition that sees the word not as something that builds the world outside of us, but as the ultimate guide on the journey within.
In Sikh philosophy, the idea of the guru, or the ultimate spiritual teacher, takes this really fascinating turn. The guru isn't a person who lives and then eventually passes away. No, the guru is eternal, it's unchanging, and it's accessible to everyone, because the guru is the word, which is known as the Shabad.
This whole relationship is captured in this one beautiful phrase: Shabad, Guru, Surat, Tun, Chela. Let's just break that down. Shabad is the divine word, and that word is the guru, the teacher. So, who's the student? It's not your physical body, it's your surat, your consciousness, your focused attention. Your consciousness is the chela, the disciple, listening to the dun, the divine vibration that comes from the word.
So what that all means, and this is the crucial part, is that the spiritual journey is an internal one. It's all about you, your own focused awareness, becoming the student of that eternal truth that's contained within the word. The teacher is timeless, and the classroom, well, the classroom is inside your own mind.
And you can experience that on two levels. There's what's called the external dun,
That's the physical sound you hear when you recite or listen to the teachings. But the real goal is to reach the internal done. That's the unstruck, celestial vibration you experience in deep meditation, when your consciousness is just completely absorbed in the word.
So, we've seen the word as an external creative force and as an internal teacher. So how do these two big ideas come together to answer our very first question? Who are you? Well, this is the synthesis.
Your life's journey can really be seen through this lens. You start out as pure existence, your is-ness. Then you're given a label, a name, for practical reasons, and you start to identify with it. But the whole path of self-realization is about turning your attention back inward, using that inner word as your guide to rediscover that original fundamental self. And here's the ultimate realization, the big payoff. When you see that the whole cosmos was spoken into being by a word, and that your own inner guide is that same word, you start to see everything, every thought, every star, every person, as a manifestation of that same single essence. You realize everything is one. This is exactly what the Sikh symbol Onkar, Onkar, represents. One universal creator. You become that unity.
So, we end up right back where we began, but with a totally new depth. If your true name isn't the one you were given, but the very essence of your being, that is-ness that connects you to everything, then what is your word? What is the fundamental truth that you are here to express? Now that is a question worth meditating on.